Earlier this year, after Doge, we heard the cost savings scenarios that the Lincoln Cent is going to be discontinued. And we've heard that before, haven't we? And said, okay, sure. And then in the middle of the year, about 6 months ago, they said, we just placed our last order for the blanks. And like anything else, trust is a two-way street. It's like, sure. And then November 12th, not too long ago, they actually had a ceremony for the striking of the last Lincoln in Philadelphia. It was something special. And it put an end to the longest tenured denomination in U.S. history, dating back to 1793. So tonight we're going back to the well with one of our great products from earlier this year. And we finally accumulated enough to at least chat for 7 or 8 minutes. And like always, the AVC way, the price, something special. Now you are looking at the P and the D, which have gone through the roof since the 12th announcement was brought forward by everybody. But they're certified as a 68 red. All right? There are no 70s. The 69 is the finest known, and there are a very limited number of those that exist. We're talking 166 sets in 69. And those sets are $3,000 to $4,000 if you can find the set. Because the P, there are 616 that are known, but the D is only 166. The Denver is the key to this two-piece end of an era set. So we look at that and say, okay, we had a couple earlier this year. A number of you worked with us on that project. It was wonderful. But with that number really not changing much in the last 3 to 4 months, then we go back a grade and look for value. If we're looking at $3,000, $4,000, right, on a 69 set, then where should a 68 set be? My competition are at $399 to $499 on the same exact sets you're seeing right now. They're even higher on a 67 set. They're at $249 to $299. Tonight only, as that red banner states, we are at the lowest price we have ever been. And as always here on the network, we don't have our specials on inventory clearance items every hour. Let's get rid of this. It's at random, and sometimes they pick the best item in the hour, the rarest item in the hour, the product that we're already destroying our competition in price. And that is what this segment is all about. If you go to the population reports published by NGC, they haven't changed much in 3 months. There are only 2,014 Philadelphias and 1,466 Denvers, which means the universe for 68 and 69 together as possible sets is 1,466. Now, if this was a Silver Eagle, right, and it was a low mintage and all the other fun stuff with it, but the high-grade coins were only a few thousand pieces, where would the price be? If you look at the 2019 S Enhanced Reverse Proof, we go to it because it's the lowest minted at 30,000. If you go to NGC's website, they're going to tell you that just give or take 10,000 coins have been certified in 70, which is logical. It's a proof, and it's meant to be special, which means it should grade higher. But even at that number, it's a $3,000 to $4,000 coin. There are 1,466 of these sets at 200, and there's 10,000 of that Silver Eagle at 3 to 4,000. There are relative rarity issues throughout this last 5-year period that always just deserve consideration, deserve attention. And when I saw everybody bringing out their stuff this last week, because it hasn't been that long since the government had their final review, right? Here's the last coin struck, going to the Smithsonian from what I've been told, right? The market's gone crazy. Can you find P&D rolls for under $50 today? Those are just uncirculated coins. We used to be at $29.95 and we sold out. We went through a couple thousand sets that night. This web pops all over the place. And trust me, we thank you all from the bottom of our hearts, making our website, avccoins.com, one of the target sites in the industry. We work really hard to keep the product selection and the prices where they need to be for everybody in all the categories, not just one or two. You name it, I hopefully have it. But when you get to the really good stuff, I was talking to somebody, and I'm going to throw this out there. So, Jim, this is your comment. And we were chatting at a show, at the Pan show, actually. And he comes up and he says, hey, when you're looking at the difference in grades, 66, 67, 68, 69, maybe a 70, but uncirculated, usually not. Why don't you ever use Scotch as a way of explaining the difference? Because you can get a regular bottle of Scotch at a certain price, and that's to everybody's palate. No different than bourbon, right? Then you can get 12 year, you get 14, 15 year, and then you get that 20, 30 year, which all of a sudden is like, wow, right? If it's like Johnny Walker, it would be a red to a gold to a black to a blue, the relationship. But the prices go drastically up as you get into the really good stuff, right? Well, when it comes to the relationship here, with us here on AVC, it's, not. Buy it right, you can bring it out properly, and that's what we do here. So tonight, again, the 25P and D, the final pair, not just an uncirculated coin. We're talking about out of the 600 million coins made at Philadelphia and Denver separately. So we got over 1 billion Lincoln cents out there. There are 1,466 sets, of which, as I referenced, 166 of them are 69s. That's tiny. Talk about rarity. I think this may be the rarest item for fewest available in the entire show. We're talking 6 hours, 70 products, and this is going to come down being that special. Guys, sorry, went off of my tangent. Give me a 30-second clock, please. So not $199, $249, $299 for a 67 set, not $399 to $499 for a 68 set, which is what this is. Tonight only, our special is on one of the better items, if not the best item in the show. The rarity is straightforward and published. You can't miss it. And tonight, I hope you join us, putting aside the end of this chapter. The longest 10-year denomination in U.S. history, dating back to 1793. The Lincoln cent, the cent no more. This is the end, and this one of the finest sets known. Give us a call.